2.5 weeks are left in the last ranked season of 2020-2021. Your last chance of getting enough tokens to get the Concept 1B or get into the bonds in the special bond shop to buy yourself the Kampfpanzer 50T or the Skoda T45, if you would ever do that because the tank is bad. Anyway, you now ask yourself, what should I do? How should I go about this? And what are some tips and tricks I could abuse to make it a little bit easier for myself? My friend, you are on the right video, because in today's video we are going to talk about 10 tips and tricks how you can make your ranked experience a little bit easier. Those tips and tricks are from my personal playing experience as well as from my friends of the competitive scene. So I would say, let's just jump right in with the first tip. And this one is already a big one. It's about meta tanks. A lot of people say you should play meta tanks, and I am highly for this as well, because there is a reason they are called meta tanks. Object 277, Object 140, STB1, S Super Conqueror, EBR, T100 LT. Tanks like these are meta for a reason. They are just all around very good for the current gameplay to perform well in. But there's also a thing, you shouldn't play meta tanks if you can't play them, you know. You shouldn't just freak speed Object 140 to then play it in rank and be like, what the hell is this garbage tank? It is a very nice tank if you have some experience in this tank. So in my personal opinion, it is very important for you to pick some tanks you feel very comfortable in. They don't have to be perfect meta, they don't even have to be proper meta, but there should be tanks you feel personally confident in and tanks you know you can perform in. Maybe some people say, yo, why the hell are you putting out the 1-to-1? If you know how to abuse its gun, its armor and its DPM, do it, you know? And if you know that you are great in the STB1, then go for it. But if you're just taking out the STB1 because I said it's a meta tank, then you might be a little bit wrong, because the STB1 does need around 50 to maybe even 100 games to properly get used to the weird-ish mechanic, because you sometimes lag a little bit behind with the hydropneumatic suspension. And that's just something you have to keep in mind when you choose the tanks you've played in the ranked season. Next tip I have for you is to set yourself some rules. Those rules might range from saying, I'm just playing 1 hour of ranked maximum, to if I lose 3 games in a row, I'm going to take a break, to if I don't get a chevron in the next 2 games, I'll take a break, something like that. And this is very important. It is basically tilt prevention, because tilting is very, very, very bad. Such rules can really help you to just make this whole experience a little bit less bearing on your mind, on your head, on your headache even, because rank can be a very frustrating mode. And I can highly suggest to you that if you're prone to tilting, to just set some boundaries for yourself. And speaking of tilt, yes, number 3, don't tilt. I know it sounds weird, it's coming from a person which is called RagingRaptor. And if you see my streams, you know that I tilt as well. The thing about tilt is, if you tilt, chances are that you play less carefully and a lot more aggressively. This is also something which I see a lot of people doing, myself included, while free marking tanks. You're like, gosh darn it, I lost a percentage of gun mark already in the last 2 games. I need to make up for this. So what do? You're like, oh my god, I gotta get damage, blah 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 blah. You're in this mindset of having to go constantly aggressive. And this is basically your doom sentence in ranked. In ranked, the people which usually survive the longest get the most experience, which is needed to get the most amount of chevrons. Yes, you do need to find the proper balance between going aggressive and getting the damage, or playing a little bit passive, you know. There is a fine balance you need to find out, and this is also why, for example, good players only need like 100 games to finish everything, while a little bit worse players need maybe 200 games, because they simply don't have that feeling. But the thing is, if you tilt, you play more aggressively, less concentrated, and you're just going to lose more, period. Another factor which pushes into tilt is the in-game chat. There are a lot of people which write in there, freaking noob teams, I lost 5 games in a row, like James, you know. No one gives a shit. You don't give a shit, and the 13 other players don't give a shit either. So I personally just ignore the chat for the first 5 to 10 minutes even, because there is usually hardly any good information going on in there. It might just be you getting annoyed at people because they are tilting you or insulting somebody else, and you're just like here saying, just shut the fuck up. Seriously, I personally might even suggest that if you're prone to getting distracted by the in-game chat, to maybe just disable it completely for the ranked experience. However, I do want to say that even though 95% is fucking useless chatter, I do think that the remaining 5% might be very important in the remaining stages of a game. You know, when it's a 5 versus 5, time is ticking, only 3 minutes left on the clock, who is going to win? Then I do feel like the chat might be still very informative and very important for winning a game. Speaking about winning, there are win and lose streaks. You will get them, everybody gets them. And if if you have a lose streak, take a break. There is no point in losing, thinking shit, I have to make up for it again, and then tilting and then losing even more. That's why I think it is very important to just set some rules for yourself. Again, if you have a lose streak of like 3-4 games, or rather let's not say a lose streak, but a chevron lose streak of like losing 4 chevrons in a row now. Take a break, maybe take a shower, get some food, you know, do something else for some time. Because ranked is tilting in those regards. And if you have a win streak, might even ignore your rules, you know. If you say, yo, I'm just playing 1 hour and you're now in a winning streak and you still have 1 hour, you already played an hour, maybe say, yeah, you know what, I try one more game and see if I win or not. Try to ride that losing spree, you know. Never touch a running system in that regard, but as this winning spree, obviously, not losing spree. And if you are losing 1 game, then quit it, go bad, do something else. You know, this is probably the most important one, and this is how to properly abuse bonus battles. You finish qualification, you get bonus battles. They're like your dailies, but supercharged. They are insanely important for you to progress quickly through the ranks in ranked game mode. So, for example, if you just got into a new league, or a new division, if you just reached a safe rank, and you take a break, you go to the next day and you have your bonus battles again on your favorite tanks. I highly suggest to only play the tanks you really want to play with those bonus battles, because you feel in those comfortable, you know. Don't just play now suddenly a youuuu 15-16 because you just want to get this bonus battle out. That's a not ideal idea. The thing is, if you for example have a safe rank and you see that you start to lose the game, and it is basically dead center that you lose this game, it's 2-10, it's over, and you're still alive, I suggest to actually don't do anything anymore. You have a safe rank. You don't lose any chevrons anyway if you are on this safe rank. But if you now continue fighting and fighting and fighting, you might be in the top XP and get 2 chevrons. You don't want that. You want to use your bonus battles so that you are in the top 3 experience of the winning team, so you can get 4 chevrons. That is the most important thing. This is how you quickly go through the progression. And this is also something, for example, you are at the end of a division, you know. You are at rank 9 and you need like 3 more chevrons to win, to get to the next rank, or the next division rather. Maybe just do them the next day when you still have bonus battles over. Because then you can just spam your bonus battles to get 1 or rather 2 wins, or just 1 good win, and you are done. Read the minimap. It is absolutely important to read the minimap properly. You see that everybody is going lemming train into one direction. Don't be the sore or soul loser going the other direction because you think, oh, my team is doing a lemming train. You're dead. You're dying. You don't get a chevron. You lose a chevron. Period. That's how it is. You have to read the minimap properly. You see, oh snap, suddenly somebody is starting to, they're trying to make cap pressure on our map. Maybe I should go back in my heavy, or maybe I should go back in my light. Or you see, oh, we lost the field on Malinavka, for example. Everybody of our team is fighting on the hill. Maybe I should start to get into a passive scout position in my light tank, you know. It is very important for you to read the minimap and be always having a way out. That is very important, to have a way out. World of Tanks is a team game. Ranked isn't. It's every man for himself. And this is very important. Do not shield for anybody of your team. Don't be a dickhead and push people out. QB. But it's very important that you play for yourself. Seriously, you have to play for yourself. You're not going to shield anybody. You're just going to do your damage. And that's it. But don't be a dick about it. That's also very important. If somebody's a dick about it, pushing you out into the fire, make a support ticket, report them, and they will have a nice 3-day suspension. The thing is, and this is again very important, nobody's going to help you. There are no platoons in ranked battle game mode, period. So please play for yourself, do everything which is necessary for you to have the best outcome. It is this stupid, yes, as long as ranked stays at 15 versus 15 game mode, you have to stay in this stupidity of every man for himself. Wargaming adjusted the XP gain for kills, but not enough. Kills are still insanely important. And this is why still autoloaders like a 50B, like the Brochetto, are very strong in ranked battle game modes. It allows you to get 1 kill for like 1000 damage. And this is very, very important still. The more damage you do on a kill, the more XP you will get for that kill. And this is very important, but still, if you see a kill opportunity, go for it. Take it, yoink it. You will thank me later because you now don't lose a chevron, or now you actually get 2 chevrons, because kills XP gain is retarded. And lastly, don't be stingy. Ranked is a gold mode, period. You have to shoot special rounds, or you have to shoot the majority of your rounds should be special rounds. Sure, you can play some AP rounds, you can make a challenge like I do with HE only, but the results will be lackluster and you will feel useless. I do feel useless in my challenge. That's how it is. The thing is though, you cannot be stingy in this game mode. I even suggest using bigger rep kits if you have them. Maybe you can't, then you don't. But rather take some more premium rounds than rations, but use a premium fire extinguisher. You have so many of them, they don't get used that much. But if you don't use rations, you have to use the big premium fire extinguisher. That is very, very, very important. So, those were the 10 tips and tricks I have for you for ranked. The question is, are they helpful for you? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to share your own personal tricks with the community of mine. I will thank you and they will thank you. I hope this video will help you to get into the leagues, especially if it is Gold League. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers and see you in the next video.